This is it, the most nerve-wracking moment for every fandom. When that monthly report comes out, when those numbers speak, when your bias's name can soar to the top or get stuck in a position that turns all of Twitter into a sea of question marks. And this month, there is one name that made us all stop scrolling, furrow our brows, and ask inwardly, wait, why? Hyunjin. Hyunjin of Stray Kids, the visual king whose moves cause a stir, whose smile makes you melt, whose performance is always fire. But in the latest brand reputation report for individual idols this month, his position is at number 34. 34. Not in the top 10, not even in the top 20, not a position we typically associate with a Hyunjin who is always in the spotlight. What is really happening? Is this a red flag? A glitch in the system? Or could the story behind this number 34 be far more powerful and meaningful than just a ranking? Buckle up, Stays and K-pop fans, because we are going to dive deep to the very roots. This is not just about numbers. This is about narrative, strategy, and a comeback that is writing its own story. Hello, pop friends. Welcome back to our channel where we unpack all the tea and logic behind the hustle and bustle of the Korean entertainment world, especially K-pop. As you all know, every month, the Korean Business Research Institute releases the brand reputation ranking for groups and individuals. This is not just any ordinary popularity chart. It is a combination of media index, community index, and communication index, from news, community discussions, to engagement on social media. This is the thermometer for the hot and cold status of an idol's name with the Korean public. And for this month, as our eyes scan from the top, seeing names like BTS, Blackpink, and top soloists, then go down and stop at 34th place, we find Hwang Hyunjin, with a total score of 1,390,905. There is a mixed feeling, right? For those whose ultimate bias is Hyunjin, there might be a slight heart drop. For neutral observers, it sparks curiosity. But before we jump to conclusions, let us take a deep breath and look at the context, because Hyunjin's story this month, it's like a slow burn drama whose climax is still in the upcoming chapters. First, the numbers do not lie, but they also don't tell the whole story. Let us dissect the data at position 34. Hyunjin achieved Media Index 22,236. This is the news and media exposure figure. Community Index 56,865. This reflects discussions on community forums. Communication Index 537,694. This is the big one. This is the volume of netizen conversations and direct engagement. Total 1,390,905. Overall ranking of 34. Look at the proportion. His communication index is very dominant. What does that mean? People are talking about Hyunjin a lot and actively, not just reading news or lurking on forums, but truly chatting, mentioning, debating, supporting. This is an indicator of a fandom that is alive, solid, and very vocal. Hyunjin's communication score even surpasses that of many idols with a higher total ranking. It's a silent, or rather very loud, power move. Second, the hiatus effect and the Phoenix narrative. Pop friends, we cannot talk about Hyunjin in 2023-2024 without talking about the emotional roller coaster journey he and Stays went through. Hyunjin took a hiatus for a period, and in the super fast world of K-pop, a temporary absence can mean fading from the radar. But what happened with Hyunjin? His comeback was not like an ordinary return. His comeback was like a phenomenon. Every appearance, every fan cam, every episode of Decode or Talker featuring him instantly became a hot topic. Hyunjin is back was not just a headline, it was a feeling, a euphoria felt by Stays. Now, in the context of brand reputation, a narrative of resurrection or journey back often takes time to crystallize into high numbers across all indices. The media needs time to catch up to the trend. Community discussions need time to shift from "he's back" to "what will he do next?" But direct engagement from fans? That exploded from the very first second. That is what we see in that crazy communication index number. Rank 34 in this narrative is a strong foothold, not a failure. It's the position of a fighter who has just landed back on the battlefield and all eyes are awaiting the next move. It's the calm before another storm of achievements. Third, the individual idol battlefield versus fandom versus general public. This report is for individual idols, and in this category, the competition is extremely, extremely fierce. We're talking about BTS members who consistently lead, Blackpink members, then formidable soloists like Lim Young-won, and also members from other groups who are in peak promotion, having solo comebacks, being fixed MCs, starring in dramas. Hyunjin, in recent months, has been focused on Stray Kids' group activities and content together. He's not promoting a solo single, not starring in a massively scaled solo advertisement or acting in a drama. His brand activities are largely accumulated within the brand Stray Kids as a group. This is a common and wise strategy. So, being at 34 amidst a sea of idols pushing individual promotions is actually a very stable and impressive achievement. It shows that his appeal and name remain relevant and talked about even without an individual special momentum that month. Imagine when he really has a solo project. It will surely be a different story. Fourth, the power of visual and performance, a sustainable brand. Let's be honest, one of Hyunjin's undeniable brand pillars is his mesmerizing visual and performance. Every time he dances, it goes viral. Every time he's on screen, it becomes screenshot material. This is a sustainable brand. It is not easily worn down by time. The community and media may not always talk about news about him every day, but organic discussions about his looks, his latest fan cam, or his funny interactions with other members continue to flow steadily. This is the constant fuel for his communication index. He doesn't need sensational news to remain a topic of conversation. His very presence is already a talking point. Fifth, comparison with past positions and the future. This is perhaps the most crucial point. Brand reputation is dynamic, like a wave. Fluctuations are normal. Seeing number 34 as a static point is a mistake. What is more important is the trend. Was he at 50 last month and now rose to 34? That's a tremendous jump. Could he possibly soar into the top 20 next month with maybe special content or an appearance at an awards show? Very possible. The focus should not be on why only 34, but on it's amazing that he remains strongly in the top 50 even without individual promotion and is ready to soar at any time. This is a strategic and highly potential position. So, pop friends, after exploring all angles, why is Hyunjin's 34th brand reputation ranking getting attention? Because it reminds us that numbers are not everything. Because behind that 34 lies a blazing communication index signaling a loyal and active fandom. Because that 34 tells the story of a resurrection in progress, a journey more valuable than just arriving at the top overnight. And because that 34 is proof that the name Hwang Hyunjin remains a force to be reckoned with even in the quietest of times.
This is a spotlight full of hope, not a spotlight full of worry. This is a spotlight that says, we are watching you, and we know you have something big to show. Now, I want to hear your opinions. What do you think will be the game changer for Hyunjin's brand reputation going forward? A solo project? A major advertisement? Maybe an epic dance performance video? As a Stay or K-pop fan, how important is this brand reputation ranking to you? Does it make you worried, or does it fuel you to support more diligently? Which other idol do you think has an interesting comeback story and brand reputation trajectory worth analyzing? Do not forget to comment below, because your voice is the most important part of this discussion. For those who agree that Hyunjin is a star with a brilliant future, hit like. And for those of you who always want in-depth analysis of the K-pop world without bias, subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you do not miss the latest updates. Remember, in this fast-paced industry, consistency and emotional connection are far more valuable than fleeting trends. Hyunjin has both. So number 34 today? It is just another chapter in his legendary book. Stay tuned for the next one. See you in the next video. Goodbye. To truly appreciate the significance and context of Hyunjin's position, we must also consider the broader landscape of the Brand Reputation Index. The ranking is not merely a poll or a vote count, it's a complex algorithm analyzing data from news articles, blog posts, online communities, social media mentions, and video engagement. This means it measures not just love, but the totality of conversation, positive, neutral, and sometimes even negative. For an idol who has navigated a challenging period, a ranking like number 34 can paradoxically signal a healthy and stable recovery phase. The conversation is active and robust, yet it is not dominated by the sensationalist or crisis-driven media cycles that can artificially inflate certain metrics. It reflects a steady, organic return to the daily fabric of K-pop discourse. Furthermore, we must look at the names surrounding him on the list. The ranking is a snapshot of a specific month, often influenced heavily by immediate events, a drama premiere, a solo debut, a viral variety show appearance, or a prominent advertising campaign. Many idols in the top tiers during this period were likely engaged in such high-visibility individual activities. Hyunjin's primary work, however, was within the group framework of Stray Kids' ongoing schedule. His contributions, while immense to fans and crucial to the group's identity, are funneled through the collective brand. This inherently disperses some of the direct numerical credit he receives in an individual index calculation. His ranking stands as a powerful testament to his distinct personal brand power, pulling significant weight even when he is not on a dedicated solo promotional cycle. It's a baseline strength that agencies and industry observers note carefully. This leads to a compelling question about potential. The data suggests that Hyunjin possesses a formidable idol power, or latent heat, a high level of sustained interest that does not require constant stimulus. For a management company, this is a valuable indicator. It shows that investing in a future solo endeavor for him, be it a photo book, a special performance video, a fashion collaboration, or acting role, has a high probability of a strong return on engagement. The existing communication index is like a ready-made audience, primed and waiting for a specific catalyst. The number 34 ranking is not a ceiling, it's evidence of a launched platform from which a future solo project could catapult him much higher. Finally, this discussion serves as a perfect microcosm of a larger theme in contemporary fandom culture: the tension between quantitative metrics and qualitative impact. In an era obsessed with charts, views, and numbers, it's easy to misinterpret a single data point. The passionate response from fans to this ranking, the concern, the analysis, the immediate urge to defend and explain, is in itself part of Hyunjin's brand strength. It proves that his connection with his audience transcends a simple ranking. It's relational and deeply felt. The fact that a number 34 placement sparks such in-depth conversation might ironically be more telling than a non-controversial top 10 spot. It shows an idol whose journey is followed with intense care, whose narrative is considered worth dissecting, and whose future is anticipated with genuine investment. In the end, the spotlight on number 34 may shine brighter and reveal more about his enduring position in the industry than a simpler, higher number ever could.